Greetings everyone, this is Lodrik and this is our game War in the Pacific Admins Edition and our match against Dojo. Today we will enter the battle phase of the 22nd of January 1942. We will normally arrive in Singapore. This is a big land battle we can expect. Also, the first carrier fleet will arrive in the area around Sydney, so we can expect there some air battles and a lot of bombing in China. So this is only roughly what we will see, what is the next steps and the overall situation. And I think we will see maybe also the Battle of Balikpapan. So let's not talk, let's see and watch and check. Here we can see that more or less Dojo left the city undefended and our Japanese tank forces more or less took over the control of the city without a fight. This is more or less a consequence of our successful strike in Xi'an. Okay, now we can see this our heavy cruiser formation engaging the fleet in Dojo Garcia, and this looks like a AO or maybe a tanker, something big and black at the end. And yeah, I cannot expect here some real battle, so I think we can speed this up. It's a tanker, not an AO. Okay. The big difference between the tanker and the AO, the big difference is a tanker cannot refuel the task force on the way. Only if you are in a base. I don't know even if you are in the base he can refill immediately directly, or I think he must still give the fuel to the base and the base will give it back to the task force. An AO can more or less resupply or refuel your navy units everywhere on the map. So this was an easy strike, an easy hit, easy kill. The only thing I would say is not good is it was only one tanker. A little too less for this operation. But maybe there's more. Oh, looks not. Last time our scouts told us there are some APs. So maybe Dojo was lucky and his forces just clear the field. Or we will have later a second engagement. Maybe. This is maybe one of these Dutch subs left. And our sub chaser is not possible to locate the submarine. I mean, the Japanese submarine hunter units are really not great, to say it frankly. So in shallow water there's still the possibility to really hit and maybe kill submarines, but in deep water it's really very, very hard to do any anti-submarine strike. Okay, this is a Cebu, only some bombardment. only to lower the attack value of this unit, to burn some of Dojo's supplies, and also 2 of his aircrafts are still here. I don't know. And you can see, not really so successful, but this is a destroyer formation. Destroyers simply have not the firepower to really do some bombardment. A little damage we did, but nothing really crazy good. Okay, the next small invasion, but again, one of the spaces without any installation, without any resistance, so it's only a base, an empty base. 1 point maybe for us, maybe 2 points, something like this. Ah yeah. This is now, I forgot, there was a battleship formation near to Perth, and this is I think now the, I cannot move, but I think this is now the harbor, or near the harbor of Perth, and this looks like, I don't know, is this a AM, a mine layer I think. I mean, at the end it's only a support ship. Nothing really can fight back, so it makes no sense to watch this if it's only reshelling the enemy and there's no return fire. The Dutch sub again, and our sub chaser, and he tried to locate the submarine, but no, not today. So this was the Navy activity of day 1. Now you can see we are still too far away from Sydney to make a strike this turn, this day, so maybe the second day, second part of this turn. Oh, raining, bad weather. Some sweeping, but nothing to kill. Yenan. 1 flying tiger. And again and again, most of time we damage him. I mean, we damage the enemy fighter, like now again, we damage. Okay, this time we don't return immediately. So we still have a chance to kill him. We are behind, we damage, and he escaped. Okay. Yeah, but sooner or later this airplane will be lost. Sooner or later we will have a hit and a kill, or he simply crashed the airplane in the attempt to land. We dominate the skies. There's really nothing we really must be afraid of in China. We simply completely can do whatever we want. And so far we bomb everything what we want. I think the situation will change latest if we must start the air war in Burma and maybe east of India, Bangladesh, that area. I really don't know what else you can do with your Army Air Force. I would simply say the Army Air Force is to fight in China and to fight in India, Burma, this area. In the Navy Air Force, I would focus for Rabaul, Truk, New Caledonian, and Tulagi, this area, north and east of Australia. It is possible to mix, yeah, for sure, but I am always a fan to keep the squadron base to the HQ together. And I think at least now at the beginning we have only 2, maximum 3 Army Air Force HQs. And the Army airplanes, they don't often have the range. The fighters and the bombers, the range is shorter compared to the Navy airplanes. And this is more or less why I say I keep my Army Air Force in China, Thailand, Burma. Maybe I can use it for the invasion of Sumatra and Java. But even that I am not so sure. Still nothing. Nothing we can kill. Okay. This time we make an attempt that we say we bring a lot of fighters, but also the first bunch of bombers with us to make the first attempt to try a airfield strike. I mean, so far this looks good. 38 escort fighters and only 3 interceptors. But I don't know really if it's true, if an escort fighter is limited in his action. I mean, if you have a sweep or escort and it's the same airplane, if there's an handicap for the escort fighter compared to a sweep fighter. Or it's maybe at the end exactly the same and only the altitude is important. So normally if you escort your bomber, you try to fly not too far off of the of the bomber altitude. So I think the bomber's coming in now in 13,000 feet and I think my fighters maybe in 16,000 feet. It's simply maybe a little dangerous if you fly far above the bomber. That interceptor is coming more or less, at the same level of the bomber. And before your escort fighters can intercept the enemy fighter is just already at the bombers, and they maybe can kill some bombers before your escort fighters can engage the enemy fighters. So it's a problem if you have only one squadron of escort. If you have 2 or 3 escort fighter squadrons, then you can of course level them. Say one is at the same level of the bombers, the next is a little higher, and the third is much higher. Okay, and the flak also killed one of our bombers. Not so nice. Yeah. So we lost 1 fighter and 1 bomber, and we not really did so much damage. It was the weather shitty? Not really. Maybe it was only unlucky. I mean, each bomber bring 4 bombs, but somehow we only make 6 hits with 24 bombers multiplied 4 bombs. So we can say now 92 bombs only create 6 hits. This is of course not the best ratio. And these are all heavy bombs. Every bomb is 250 kilograms. So normally I expect more damage, but naja. Not every operation can be a success. If every operation up to now would be a success, I think Dojo already will give up. So we also must have Dojo sometimes a small success. Okay, so you saw again recon, scout information, gather information, so that you always know where is what, how strong, which direction the unit is moving. Yeah. At least we get experience again. Experience is never bad. Okay. Now, this is something now really the second attempt to break the line here in the source. We got some reinforcements. I don't know which unit just arrived, but one additional unit arrived. One, I don't know, maybe the independent mixed brigade. Something strong, but or it was a whole division. I'm not more so sure. But must be normally enough to really now break the line. We can see the Dojo forces are really not a match for us more. And there we can see that they are running again. Yeah. This is the only problem. They always run away. I would prefer that they simply give up, but nah. So 60,000 Japanese against 26,000 Chinese, and we can see we outclass him 8-1 at the end. And again we have mostly disabled but not destroyed, and he have mostly destroyed but not disabled. So his units are still on the map, but there is not much inside. It's an empty shell. It was a success. So this second attempt was a success. And this here is only the small town, city, but no defense, so we take it. And here we have the last, these are the Dutch and the British forces from all these four bases, more or less. They try to escape, but there's no match. And now they're giving up. I think they're out of supplies or something, yeah. Out of supplies, and then they have no morale, and then they simply say, yeah, we can run, but make no sense. So, this is the end for this unit. Here we have now the Battle of Guam, and let's see if we can be successful. Not today. Maybe other day. Mali, maybe Balikpapan?
Hello, my misguided friends. This is your #1 enemy, Orphan Anne, from Radio Tokyo, with another blow to your morale and some music to console you. Today, the Imperial government announced that the ever-victorious forces of the Japanese Empire have captured Balikpapan.
So yeah, Radio Tokyo already let us know that this was a successful operation. More or less the real problem was and is still the minefield and this coast battery. Once you bring enough, or is a unit strong enough here or on the beach, then you can break it easily. I mean, we use 4 or 5 marine special units, and there's normally not really a big force here to defend the base. It's really only the mines will hurt your ships, and the coast battery can shell your ships if you are trying to unload, but once you're on the beach, it's an easy way. And here we take also this space. Was empty. So we just get a sound effect that ship sunk, but I got no information that it was our ship. So normally this means some allied ships just sunk in the night. Maybe one of these ships escaped in the strike of near the Fiji Islands. Maybe there was something left we missed, but I only know that we got this information more or less something sunk, and it was not our ship, or it will tell us which ship sunk. So looks like there's no Navy engagement. No. Okay, here are our scouts. The sky of Sydney. Some submarines scouting. Okay, sweep and nothing. And here is a sweep of Sydney. Okay. So this are 18 elite zero fighter pilots against 18 maybe the best of Dojo's air defense, I don't know. But we can see that the numbers are equal. And the P-40E is also not this a shitty airplane, I would say. So normally, on paper, I would say if everything else is equal, then this can be an equal battle. And now he outnumbered us. But the first kill is at least ours. And we also send one back to base. The second go back to base. This is a third already, must give up. We are back 18 to 18. The second kill. The third kill. So 3 damaged airplanes, 3 killed airplanes. If Dojo not change something soon, his squadron will maybe lose this battle. Dojo, do something. Oh no, the next must give up. I think we have now 3 killed and 4 damaged. And this is now 4 killed, 4 damage. Five killed. So at least if all 5 kills are now from the same Japanese pilot, then we have really just created one ace. And this was number 6 kill. And now I think our airplane's running low on fuel and low on ammunition. So it is more or less that we don't have more bullets to kill him. And there's the next, we are already at 7 kills? I don't know more exactly, 6 or 7 kills now. At least now we have 7 kills. So I nearly would say this is more or less a disaster. I don't know what is wrong here with Dojo's fighters. I mean, I think so far we not get one damaged airplane. We only lost one airplane because it's running out of fuel or out of ammunition. Oh, okay. Looks like we really lost one airplane and one pilot now. But I think it was more or less 7 to 1. Officially we make a 1 to 6 kill ratio. I would say this is totally okay for me. mean, the carrier fighters just had at least something to fight. Most of my China mainland fighters, they only sweeping, and they most of time they sweeping, coming, checking, and finding nothing, or they find one enemy airplane, and then there are 9 Japanese fighters, and they must share one enemy fighter. So most of my fighters always have no real battle. And our carrier fighters, they can now say, okay, 18 Japanese against, I don't know, 24, 25 American, Australian fighters. This sounds much more fun. Okay, the second wave. Oh, only 1 fighter left? I don't believe it. Or maybe it was 10 and I misread it? Okay. So 11 more. And now there are only 10. Okay. So that. Yeah, thunderstorm is always, I think, if you have a thunderstorm, you make an air battle or bombardment, and you cannot really expect too much. Okay, the second airstrike on airport Rangoon. Okay, damage, return to base. Yeah. Yeah, lucky guy. Yeah, okay. Oh, 1 left, 1 join. He damaged the Oscar, but the Oscar still don't must return. So yeah, okay. Not really the best dogfights for this operation here with escort bomber, but we can still bring the bombers safely to our target or destination. And we can say what the fighters miss, our bombers can do. So more or less we damage, I think, at least we kill one on the ground, and this is maybe damage from the fighters, not so hard. Sure. And we, oh yeah, air-based supply hits are always okay. And air-based hits are also important. The runway hits, I think, is easy to fix. Supply hits and air-based hits is the important stuff. Okay, this is now something like a Navy strike, yes. Okay, there was a burning AMC. And I think now it's a dead AMC. Was really only this one AMC. Yeah. Cancel, but nothing. I think this is maybe an airfield attack. I'm not so sure. But we have here 3 enemy fighters try to intercept. The first already must return. Oh, one of our squad fighters just gets killed. Okay, the second must return. And the last also must return. Okay. We lost one fighter. Oh, yeah. Was a port. Oh no, was it air? Post air strike, okay. Okay, also damage return. Ah ja. The lost fighter is a little painful, but yeah. Here we can now see take the airfield. We'll see. Air attack. It was, I think, a mixed attack. I think the Kate go for the port and the Val go for the airfield, but only 2 hits, not really much. Not so successful airstrike. Maybe here. Oh yeah, a little damage here, but damage will cost only supplies at the end. Maybe it will make Dojo a little nervous. Okay. This was more or less a carrier strike at Sydney. I hope for some cargo shipping to intercept. Yeah. Okay. One of our submarines intercept some small cargo ship, I think, from going or to going Port Moresby. I think maybe supplies. I think I would expect that Dojo try to bring his supplies in. And our submarine more or less using the deck gun. "22 shell hits. I think this submarine used more or less an 8 cm gun and also make 1 torpedo hit. So heavy damage, heavy and fire. And we get the sound effect, so we know this small cargo ship just go down. And here our I think the 15th and the 25th Japanese Army under the control of the overhead quarter of the Southern Japanese Army, and with all its might the city of Singapore making a shock attack. And then it's a little on based on luck. After you can prepare everything you want, and the defender can prepare everything he wants, and sometimes it's simply a little luck how successful this kind of strikes are. Because we must cross the river, it is a shock attack, so the wind chance and the loose chance are increased. We see we can make some damage. And we reduce the fortification. So we can see we come with 90,000 guys, roughly 3,000 fighting power. Dojo have nearly 40,000, 650. And then we can see that, but you can see we increase our fighting power, but he over double his own points. And he had a fort level 3, but I think at the beginning fort level 2, no, he started with a fort level 3, I think. Yeah. Anyway, we have normally a good 3 to 1 is a good. It's okay, but because of the fortification, I think we still lost we lost more than doubles in Dojo. But important is more or less normally only this destroyed stuff. This is more complicated to replace. The disabled is just simply wait and you get it back. And if we only see what is destroyed, you can see that firstly Dojo lost 2 complete units, and the ratio of destroyed to disabled is more in our favor. Not perfect, I would say. It was not that we take the city easily, but maybe in Guam. Let's see. So, Tokyo Radio is very busy these times. And we can see with a mini, very small defeated unit and losses, we bring this battle to the end, and are now the master of Guam. And now we also get rid at least of one of these two British forces. There was this 8 India brigade and this whatever brigade, some mixed brigade. And only 2 disabled against this is good, better. I think this is our Air Force just bombed this unit so many days that they simply have no morale more. So our ground forces can now clean up. So it was a good day, but of course not perfect. I mean, if it's perfect would be for me that at least we take Singapore immediately, or that our carrier strike had some real good success. It was tactical success on the strategic level. I would say it was not crazy good, but okay. We can check the numbers and we can see that kill ratio 10 to 5 is just enough for me normally. Some loss by flag, and the operation loss is also higher, so aircraft losses are 15 to 14, so it's very equal. So it's normally not good enough for me. It's not bad, but it's not good enough. We can see that we kill 13 P-40E in air-to-air battle, so we really kill him. Looks really no op losses. Okay. We lost 2 Oscar fighters and 2 Zero fighters. So but we also killed 2 Flying Tigers. Oh, 2 Flying Tigers on the ground. So he lost 15 fighters and we lost 4 fighters. And this is all in China, I think. The small bombers, I don't care really. Yeah, looks like. He lost also some Catalans at ops. Okay. Okay. This is one of our torpedo bomber. This is a scout. Nothing too crazy. So the ratio of fighter kills are good. I mean, if he lost 15 fighter pilots or fighter airframes, and we only lost 4 to 15. I only don't fully understand. Alloy losses are 15, but this is 13 plus 2 is 15 already. And then still you have here the Catalans. So I still sometimes I don't know what is here now, fog of war, and sometimes they're not really completely adding up. A little strange sometimes. Anyway, and what is ship sunks? Last turn, the Japanese lost nothing, like most of the time. And this is what the British lost. This is a big tanker. So we only sunk 1 tanker, but this is a really big tanker, nearly 12,500 tons. A big ship. The endurance of 10,000 is also okay. Not a bad ship, I would say. I mean, 28 points are 28 points. And yeah, the rest is only some very small cargo ship. This we sunk near Port Moresby. This was the AM near Perth, but also only a 2-point ship, so nothing really crazy. And this was the AMC near Sydney. We sunk with our dive bombers. Nothing really I would say is important. And the tanker is important, yeah, but this is only shitty stuff. Naja, but we lost nothing and Dojo lost something, so it's okay, I would say. So, well, yeah. Not terribly great, but okay. The Battle of Singapore was, maybe it was not so bad. The number looks not so great, but we do reduce the enemy fortification. So I think we wait now one turn to rest. Then we can strike again next time. I think we also can start moving on Bataan soon. Latest next turn. We clean up here some Dutch-British forces, so this area is now is clean. We can move back and prepare for the next operation. We still must take these 3 bases to free all of Borneo. We took Balikpapan without a great big fight, and the situation is good because we took more or less all the installation with minimum damage already. I mean, 294 operation, only 6 are damaged, so we must pay 6,000 supplies to fix this and 6,000 for this, so this is easy. Ah yeah, you also can see that Dojo switched off repair and Dojo switched off the production. So he more or less give up to ship out here something, or he would keep the production on. And we can see that oil is now at over 50,000. Also the fuel is over 50,000. So, but Dojo more or less, you cannot switch off the oil. The crude oil will always produce. It is not possible to switch off. But he also switch off the repair. So he don't want pay for repair if I make an attack, and he can. If I make an air attack and I damage this and he don't switch off the repair, then he will consume more or less supplies to repair. And he won't avoid this. So he say no repair. And here he say, I don't know if he did this the first day or just now shortly, but he more or less say this is switch off. So he will not consume the crude oil. This oil normally will change to fuel and supplies, but he say no, I don't want. Yeah, maybe I not show this here, but here's the situation already repaired. Maximum, everything is repaired, everything is fine. And in Brunei, we have only I think little damage, but this is only a small oil field, so we still must bring here more supplies. You need 10,000 to start the repair. And Miri is, I think, normally is always some kind of task force unloading supplies. I always try to bring more supplies to Miri because this is still 111 days we need because we can only repair 1 unit per day. So if we have enough supplies every day, we need still 111 days to ramp up the production to maximum. And we also try to finish port level 3. This will be more or less than the end. If we have this port on level 3, then this is the end. And I think a port 3 is also big enough to transport oil here out. This is not a really big oil facility, but if we can get it done to maximum, we can produce here enough fuel to support our war industry. So far, I think this is what happened here. Yeah, we must move now here north and to take here also a second oil field with 101. But you can see only 200 guys, so we just kick here him out, and this is what is left. So easy going for us. Only needs some time. Yeah. This airstrike was not crazy successful. So maybe we will switch to again to sweep. We if we can bring up the airfield to level 5, we can bring more bombers or more fighters with us. It's still too many airplanes normally here, but sooner or later we can make the strike bigger, stronger, non-stop, again and again, and sooner or later we simply crash Dojo's air force here in Rangoon completely. So far we can let them train here. I only can show this here. You can see the headquarters. All these air wings are all part of the 3rd Air Army. So all units are belonging to the 3rd Air Army or Air Division, and this is the HQ. This guy is the leader of all these air wings. And you can see that I can touch him. You can see he has a very high air skill because he's an air general more or less, and you can see that he is the 2nd best air general. Normally we have air HQ guys, but even an air HQ guy have not so high air level skill. And his leadership skill and inspiration skills, this is normally to bring morale up and reduce fatigue and increase skill points. So this guy is a really good guy, and he's lieutenant general, so he have experience, so I would not change him. Or I don't know if you start with this guy or I place him here, but for me there's no reason to change this guy. And keep in mind that only the HQ can support torpedoes. But this is the Army HQ, I mean Air HQ, and I think there is... so far I really don't know if there's... I know the Peggy bomber can... There's a special Peggy bomber, Army air bomber can transport torpedoes, but I don't know if there's any other Army bomber can transport torpedoes. So, but of course you can still bring here Navy torpedo bombers, and then the Navy torpedo bombers can use these torpedoes. It's, I mean, this is the base, everything what is based in this hex can use the torpedoes. If you find something, needs the torpedoes, then use this. Okay. But we still must wait that we must finish Singapore, and then we can bring up the 15th big army to get rid of Rangoon, but I think we talked about this. This is our cruiser formation is already on the way back. We only kill one big tanker, but at least one big tanker. Because this is too far away, I cannot keep here for too long. I don't know what is Dojo having here and nearby. Maybe 2-3 battleships or even more stuff, and these are only 2 heavy cruisers. Last time our heavy cruisers was very successful, but we cannot expect always to be the master of the seas. And our battleships try to find something here, but so far nothing. But we still have enough fuel, so we can operate here a little longer. Yeah, and here was our destroyer formation. They are running now slowly out of fuel, but we are also nearly back. We can normally enter here any port, but I go back to Georgetown. Georgetown is simply so far the biggest port I have. Normally the second biggest airport is for me port is Bangkok or Saigon, and this is simply too far away to go all year around. I really must get Singapore now. The cruisers are still under repair. I think this will not change in 1 or 2 weeks, needs longer, and then normally I want to get rid of the engine damage and also get the system damage less than 50 at least. And yeah, we need Singapore. First, if Singapore is ours, I can bring these units down to Singapore to enter the shipyard and then get fixed. Yeah, you can see we start here to catch now slowly the bases. and yeah, good. Anything else happened here? Normally not. We had no sub-activity here. We had here a little sub-activity. Here's a small cargo ship. So means like we sunk one, but maybe there's a second one. Naja. Our carrier fleet is now south of Sydney. And we had some air battle. Yeah, the fighters was okay. The airfield attacks and the port attacks was more or less useless. Yeah, can happen. Now we will more or less move up the coast and making a next sweep of Sydney and Brisbane and try to find something. I really don't expect it too much. Maybe Dojo knows that I come and he already stopped all shipping and yeah, but we can at least try something and mess up with his transport stuff. And then we're going back to Truk and refill. And if we come back, we can prepare the invasion of Port Moresby. So, nothing more to say. Nothing too big happened. China is slowly. So we bring our army here. So next turn we can make here again a battle. I think we have here enough. Only 1,000, but it's enough fighting power to kick this already starving unit. We had here the success, so we must bring our army back and battle them again. Still nearly 50,000 guys here and 30,000 guys. So still here 80,000 guys we must get rid of. Here, I think we will try to catch up with his forces north of Xi'an, so that we maybe drive them back to north. Depending on more or less how Dojo will operate his army here. And Yenan, I think, I don't know, maybe we will stay here and block and wait and bomb a little longer. We will see. Yeah, I think this is all. Not much more I can say now. I think this is really today enough. Let's hope that we can soon capture Singapore and bring our second carrier fleet back in active duty. So far I cannot rearm the torpedoes. The sorties I need the fleet carrier. I cannot get the torpedoes on board. The port is too small for this. So I wait for Singapore. Yeah, maybe I can show the elite pilots because we killed so many enemy airplanes. Let's see how many pilots we lost. We had 5 killed pilots, 3 wounded and 2 missing. So in total we lost 7 pilots and 3 I hope come back sooner or later. And we have a new ace? I don't think so, but no, maybe not. I think this guy was also ace before. He's operating out of China. Okay. This is our active ace we have so far. He's in Kaifeng and he fight here in China area. So I think we can order this for kills. You can see this is the guy. He make already 29 missions, and out of 29 missions he had 5 kills, and he is experienced. If you have the experience of 80, then you are more or less elite. So this is a top pilot, but not so far elite. If he is elite, he changed to golden normally. Like wait, no, another. Oops, I must go up. So I think if you this guy's 80. And then we can go to pilot. And then you can see he has now over 80 experience, and then he gets this golden logo. And I think this is more or less as your elite pilot. You don't must have, you can have more experience. You don't need kills for experience. Experience means normally simply, I think, how many missions you fly. So how much experience this guy have to fly an airplane. And kills is something else. Kills will only boost maybe experience. But and because he is now elite and he have experience over 80, then you can send him to the training command. But make no sense because you need only 10. And we have already 10 Japanese army fighter or pilots and 10 Japanese navy pilots here. And this is enough. It makes no sense. You don't get a bonus if you have here 100 guys. Or 10 is simply the minimum. Everything less than 10 you get no bonus. Everything over 10 you get still the same bonus. So why I won't keep here more guys. But normally I also will not take them out more. I mean, yeah, here's the ace pilot and here's the ace pilot. We have here 1, 2, 3 ace pilots. Yeah, but it's not important. Let them, they have an easy job now. Let them have the easy job. Brody. Okay, I think I say goodbye. See you again. Take care. Bye bye.